Grateful day. I'm live. Welcome to the 82nd episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. I empower professional entrepreneurs who feel disqualified to overcome toxic environments and self-doubt, all to take decisive action, lead boldly in identity, and to persevere, all anchored in faith. Before I dive into today's episode, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast by Jenée Hudson, where you can watch, like, and subscribe to my podcast. Every single episode. The link will be in the bio as well as it will be in this episode's caption. All right. Okay. Time for the shirt. So today's shirt, if you can actually see it, is Stop Normalizing Toxicity. Man, what does this shirt mean for me? Well, it means simply just treating harmful behaviors like manipulation, disrespect, gaslighting, or just emotional abuse altogether, and treating it as like acceptable routine or just part of life. So, it happens when people just excuse or they overlook these actions by simply saying things like, that's just how they are, or it's just not that bad, So take it from me though, as this was what I had to personally just endure, unfortunately, and over time. This creates an environment where toxic behavior is tolerated instead of challenged. It makes it harder to recognize or to break free from. So we don't want that. So this reminds me to simply just always walk by faith versus fear throughout your journey in life, in business, and even in relationships, all right? Now, this is a perfect transition for today's episode and topic called Normalizing Toxicity Ends With Me. Faith helped me see the truth. Now, first, allow me to share some eye-opening statistics. And the first one has to do with, you guys, according to a recent APA, American let me say this right, I can't even say it, psychiatric, got it, association survey, they found that 60% of adults, they simply rely on faith over actually spiritually or mental wellness. Man, yet only about half feel safe, you guys, discussing mental health and those actual issues within their actual faith communities even. Can you imagine even being a part of a church and you feel unsafe to talk about these things? That is not a good look, right? Man. Also, according to the American Psychological Association, current data actually shows that nearly 1, you guys, in 5 workers say their workplace is toxic. I've actually sat with some girlfriends at brunch and stuff like that, and we've discussed these things, having this toxic environment. Man, not good. And then more than 1 in 5 actually have experienced harm. That's horrible. In their mental health at work, you guys. Enough is enough with that, right? And then lastly, 83% of U.S. workers report having experienced work-related stress. Oh my goodness. Stress that, like, untreated, when it's untreated, it can lead to illness and even early death. And we don't want that, especially along our journeys in our lives. And we want you to be here. So we got to cut all that stress out in toxic environments, you guys, for real. All right. So, in a world with more noise and uproar that goes on for all of us than ever, normalizing toxicity in spiritual spaces is literally killing people, you guys, killing them, all right? Emotionally and even physically. So whether it's in a church, a home, a workplace, a relationship, at work, or even your own mindset, you guys, faith never thrives in fear, suppression, or manipulation. So keep that in mind, all right? Honestly, just because something is recognized, respected, or routine doesn't mean it's healthy. Not at all. So today, we expose, you guys, the falsehoods, and I invite you by grace and courage to walk into more of like who God created you to be. That's something that I thrive to always follow and that I've been following. So I'm so just grateful to be able to continue to do so. And I'm hoping that you'll do the same. So let's do it. All right. Now, with all that said, let's get started. Here are 4 giftful gems for today's topic. Gift number 1 is titled, Recognize When Toxic Traditions Disguise as Spiritual Pillars. Man, you guys, many of us have experienced like church cultures or family patterns that preach grace, you guys, but practice shame, or they appear godly, but are gaslit and controlling. Honestly, that's not faith. That is actually fear dressed up in faith label. Know that, okay? Because, awareness starts when you ask certain things like, does this space build me up or does it tear me down? In truth and in love, all right? So, of course, here are some actionable steps to assist you all from simply just allowing such things to take place. So the first one is explore the holy hurt. It's a devotional plan it's actually on the YouVersion Bible app, and it's designed specifically for those recovering from toxic church culture or religious trauma, you guys. Also, if you prefer structured tools, download the Spiritual Abuse Recovery Workbook, you guys. And that's by Dr. Faith Harper on Amazon. It's so good. It's so very helpful. It simply talks about and walks you through naming manipulation, guilt-based theology, and control-based systems even, so that you can simply make that peace with your faith on your actual terms. You guys, it's so very helpful if you're struggling in these areas and toxic environments like this, all right? And then gift number 2 is titled, Refuse to Sacrifice Your Soul for Acceptance. Man, us as entrepreneurs and in life and on your 9-to-5 in certain toxic environments like that, or even in a home or workplace or school, you guys, man, belonging shouldn't just cost your peace. Not at all. while like truth, and faith builds your actual identity, because we should all be walking in our own identity. Let me tell you that first and foremost, okay? Like toxic spaces, it demands compatibility. It's almost like people who are toxic that you run with, or like friends, and unfortunately it can even be family members who might be toxic. It's like birds of a feather flock together. They want someone to also be negative with them. But we are better than that, and we don't have to take those things, therefore we don't. I know I don't, right? So listen, every time that you silence like things such as like your grief, fear, because I had a hard problem with that fear of the unknown. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. And just certain like boundaries to actually fit in to certain places and toxic environments, you're actually teaching your actual spirit to shrink. And you don't want that for yourself. And I don't want that for you, all right? So simply just give yourself permission to pause. That's what I'm going to just give to you. Pause for a little bit, say no, because it's okay to say no, right? Or to simply just leave spaces that demand emotional surrender for yourself, if for no one else, all right? And of course, here are some actionable steps to assist you in these areas. So one thing that you can do is first to rebuild that like alignment, try boundaries.me. You guys, it's phenomenal. It's a platform by a Dr. Henry Cloud, and it offers like courses and coaching, different coaching tools and things on setting faith-based boundaries in family, ministry, and even professional spaces, you guys. So along your journey as a professional entrepreneur, all of this is going to help you, all right? And if you need a daily resource, try using the Shine app. You guys, this is an amazing app as well to help you, as it delivers personalized affirmations and guided meditations, all tailored for like navigating burnout, which unfortunately as a professional entrepreneur, we know we go through that, right? Or just in life, right? So it's going to help with that burnout. It's going to help with people pleasing. I'm guilty of that, I got to be honest. It's going to help with like that spiritual fatigue that is brought upon us sometimes, and we don't want that. And then finally, to help for a deeper reflection, grab something called Permission to Rest. All right. That's by Octavia Rahim, actually. And it's an actual book, you guys, that encourages you to like release guilt and to reclaim soul care as like a sacred resistance. You guys, the book is phenomenal. Check it out. I don't get paid to tell you about these things. I'm just simply here to just walk by faith and to continue to assist as best as I can. All right. So check it out. All right. Gift number 3. Gift number 3 is entitled, Stop Treating Emotional Exhaustion as Normal Experience. What do I mean by that? Well, fatigue, doubt, and burnout, you guys, they aren't badges of honor at all. They're red flags. If you see any of those things throughout your journey, and I got pause for connection there for a minute, you guys, but I'm back. Champions adjust. All right, so first for this area, choose like reflection on how like your environment affects you. So wherever you're at in your environment, try using something called mood notes. All right. It's a journaling like tool for tracking, and it's an app, you guys, and it's very, very helpful. It helps you. It's actually developed, first of all, from like psychologists, and it helps you to capture like your emotions and after key interactions, you guys. How amazing is that? It helps with services and actual conversations as well. So check it out. And also, if you download, it's called The Burnout Workbook, you guys, by Emily Bell-Steros. Man, it's it's really kind of like tailored specifically for like high achieving professionals like ourselves, right? And entrepreneurs. It's a great help. It actually walks you through like identifying burnout patterns, which I know I've definitely needed some assistance in that area. Just setting work-life boundaries, which today we all say, is there such a thing? So this is going to help with that, right? And then developing just like that sustainable performance habits, you guys, without sacrificing your health, which you know is huge, or passion, all right? And then last but not least is gift number 4, you guys. And this is called Replace Isolation with Inner Circle Accountability. This is huge, you guys. So when you're detoxing from like that emotional toxicity, isolation is dangerous, you guys. You got to be safe with that, all right? The enemy thrives in silence, big time, and in shame and secrecy. Know that. So like along your journey as an entrepreneur or whatever you're within, again, a relationship, again, any toxic environment, right? You guys, you need community. It is so important. Even for those of you who feel like, I just like to be a loner and by myself and to myself. No, I'm telling you, community is key in this area, all right? But not just any community, because we don't need negativity and we don't need the toxicity going on, right? So you need to be aligned and like an inner circle that can hold you truthful for the most part, right? And they can remind you of your actual worth, and they can help you with like that, to be more, to walk by faith more and to actually heal, which is huge. Who don't need healing? I know I always need healing, you guys. So you want to get in the right community to help you do that. You don't want to get into communities who are all about getting your money and taking your money and not being there for you and supporting you along the journey while you're paying them for their expertise. It's okay to pay them, but can they show up to be there for you through what you're going through and what you're paying them for, you know? So beware of certain communities. Unfortunately, there are some like that, but there are a lot of amazing ones that are not, all right? Community is key. So take it from me. I've been in amazing communities and they're very helpful, all right? But to assist you in these areas, here are some things and some actionable steps. You know, I'm all about action, right? To help you in these areas. So the first thing you can do is you can start by exploring the NAP Ministries Collective, which is a healing space that centers you through like rest. I know I need rest a lot. Storytelling and boundary setting, you guys. It's so phenomenal, okay? It's not just about naps, though. It's about reclaiming your actual humanity, all right? So you could actually join their Instagram lives. They have those. They have digital offerings. Again, I'm not selling nothing from them. They don't even know I'm telling you to go to them. I'm just trying to be helpful, right? So, or you could even listen to their podcast for more empowerment, or for that protecting your peace and your space type of, assistance. All right. And then for accountability, you guys, I know I always need that accountability. I always say, I'm the uplifter. I'm always helping other people. People tell me that I'm very inspiring, and they, actually love to hear my podcast and those type of things. And I appreciate you all for saying that. But I too need uplifted, So you can go to something for accountability. You can follow, it's called Propel. It's called Propel Women, actually, for the women. And I'm sure even men probably can get some great assistance from this. But it's by Christian Kane, all right? Especially for their purpose and leadership assistance, you guys. It's very, very helpful, all right? And this series, it's a series that actually reminds one to lead from overflow and not burnout. Very, very helpful. All right. Well, you guys, man, that concludes the 4 amazing gifts that I gave today and gems for this episode. Remember, faith is not meant to survive on silent sorrow, you guys, or hidden wounds at all, nor within those toxic environments, all right? It's meant to flourish in freedom. You guys, who don't want freedom from all this toxicity? I know I do, right? So if you just tolerated toxic environments because of your tradition, your reputation, or just a fear of change, you guys, I want you to know that there's a better way. And I'm here to tell you tonight, like I just did, of those ways, all right? So you're destined, you guys, to just that spirit of peace, right? And of love and sound mind, man. We need sound mind in this universe, especially today in the political world. Yes, I said it. And not just a legacy of confusion or compromise. No more of that, right? Do it for yourself, like I always say. Even if you don't have the courage to do it for someone else, do it for yourself. Start there, all right? So listen, if you don't let me just say this. You don't have to stay where you're at. That's the bottom line, right? You need to really just kind of be where you belong. That's what I'm reaching for, You also don't have to normalize abuse, you guys, in toxic spaces. Once I realized that, I became a better person, a better mother, just a better wife, just all of the above, a better person, by just learning these things for myself. All right? And then that helped me and allowed me to help others like you and my kids and just family and friends and things like that, right? You don't have to have those toxic spaces. Let me tell you that right now. All right? So know that you are worthy of more. Remember that. You guys, listen. You can live free, whole, and seen, which is very important. And celebrate it. Celebrate yourself. I always celebrate myself. All right? But just listen. Let your faith influence your environment. That's very important. Versus just allowing your environment to influence your faith. All right? You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please continue to share for more ongoing inspiring content and to just come back and join us, all right? And as always, please know that your professionalism, when you guys even come on here to help me and you're saying wonderful things, I'm getting the claps and the celebration. I appreciate you guys so very much. And I just want you to know that I love y'all. I really do. And thank you so much for I'm at the 82nd episode, you guys, of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast. This is amazing. You guys, thank you so much for being here with me on the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast. You guys, I want to tell you something. This is not, I wasn't even thinking about this, but oh my gosh, I have something amazing coming up in August. Right now, just so you know, my background's kind of different. That's because I'm actually in Las Vegas. Yes. Celebrating my amazing mother's birthday this month. Mom, you want to come over and say hi? I'm celebrating her birthday this month. She's like, wait a minute, I didn't tell you were doing this. Oh, look how I'm looking. Whatever. She is my best friend. She is my world, you guys. This is my girl. Okay. Say hi, Mom. Hi. You guys, this amazing woman is about to be, she's about to be 76. You guys, what? Love her. She is my everything, okay? Yes. Someone just said, happy blessed birthday. She said, thank you. Yes, it's July 19th tomorrow, so we're celebrating. So I'm here for the whole week to help her celebrate and stuff because she is worthy of more as well. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Oh, the very special thing I was going to tell you really quick. August. It's around the 7th. I am going to New York, you guys. I am so excited. I'm actually going to do like a whole different reel about this, but I just wanted to tell y'all and share the great experience that I was so blessed to come to me. I have been chosen, you guys, and I know it was first and foremost by God. Let me tell you that first and foremost. But to go to New York and to pitch my speaking business and my podcast and all these things, oh my gosh, to the media and to talk shows. You guys, how amazing is that? Like Tamron Hall and Sherry Shepherd and different news outlets and stuff like that and magazines. And you guys, I am so overwhelmed with gratitude for being chosen. Me, Jenée, the Uplifter, to be chosen for such a blessing coming up. So please keep me in prayers, you guys, that I am going to do phenomenal because all those things are going to change my life even more. And I cannot wait because the more that it changes my life and I'm blessed, I'm able to continue to give back to others such as you and to help you all even with your platforms and stuff. You know, again, I'm not doing this just for me. I'm doing this for the world, to be honest. And I know people are like, well, you can't save the world though, Jenée. Okay, but I can save some people. You know what I mean? So just keep me in prayer for that I just do well. I know I'm going to, but I appreciate you. Just keep me in prayers for that. All right. So I cannot wait. And you'll hear more about it along the way before August 7th comes. But man, I just wanted to share that with you as my audience because I appreciate you guys for always coming on. And even if you missed some of it, I know you'll go back. A lot of you guys reach out to me again. I thank you because without you all as a platform and watching and listening and following and being inspired and all these things, I couldn't do it without you. And I'm not going to get emotional, so I'm about to get off of here. So thank you so much, you guys. Always keep the faith. And until next time, have a very blessed day and a prosperous journey on purpose. I'm Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. Later.